Welcome to the Village of Wapner's Falls monthly regular meeting of the Mayor and Board of Trustees. Today is Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stream on YouTube, guys. I'm sorry. I thought we were going. I'm not seeing it on YouTube. Give me a second. I apologize.
Okay, recognition, special events.
I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session for a few minutes. Invite Kenny Cruzy in with us. All in favor?
Aye.
The board has entered executive session. Please stand by. The meeting will resume when they return.
Send a letter.
We need a motion to return back to the regular session.
I make that motion.
Second.
That was John Pilishak and Mike Ruff.
Yep.
Any recognitions, announcements, or special events?
Going on this one.
Roll call. Mayor Huber.
Present.
Trustee Nicholas. Absent. Trustee Telesak.
Present.
Trustee Nesnick.
Here.
Trustee Williams.
Here.
Trustee Ruffin.
Present.
Trustee Smith.
Here.
Village Attorney Lindars.
Here.
Action on minutes, regular village board meeting, May 10th.
Have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Carried. Action on minutes, the second monthly village board meeting, May 31st.
Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Mike?
Mike, yeah. Mike and Jeff. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Carried. Authorization to pay bills as per approved warrant.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Regular session. Approval to hire a stonemason to repair the unsafe conditions at Franny Reese Amphitheater.
Are they just unglued, John?
Yeah, let me explain. I spent quite a bit of time over there. Being the safety officer for the village, I went over there immediately when I was notified that somebody fell Sunday at the amphitheater, which is located at Franny Reese Park, the top of West Main Street. He didn't get hurt. I spoke with him yesterday. His leg got scraped up and he's treating it himself at the moment. I immediately went over with the highway superintendent and we looked at the situation and we found that it was unsafe, so we cordoned it off at the top and at the bottom. I then called the contractor to come in that we use quite often here in the village. He's a stonemason and we've used him on many projects, and I tried to get an idea from him what he thought. When they assembled those blocks over there, I don't know if any of you have ever been there, but they're like layered up. And you could just pick them up, and there are 4 little glue spots under each one.
Just look.
4 about the size of a quarter. So as we went along to check the others, there's like 20% of them are loose. Now, I said to him, what do you think? He said, well, they can certainly be fixed and re-glued differently than they were that time. And behind them, there's a grass section where you sit down on the paver, and just behind there's a short grass section before you get to where your feet would rest. The surface has dropped down below the pavers by about 1 inch to 2. So somebody could be walking down that way and trip and fall as well. So the contractor said we would be able to re-glue those that are out, or put better adhesive on them, and also we could bring down topsoil and spread it all down through there and reseed it to make it level again for $1,500 to $2,000, and he could start this weekend.
The park's closed, correct?
Park is closed. It's got yellow police tape all around the top gate and down at the bottom. the labor comes in when you gotta bring the topsoil down there because there isn't a ramp.
Right.
There's stairs. So you gotta bring all that material down there by hand and then bring it up in a wheelbarrow.
So can we get a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Carried. West Main Loft Sidewalk walkthrough. We met with the village engineer to see if everything was approved for the West Main Lofts as far as the landscaping is concerned and the paving. And he, as you can see there, I took a portion of his email and I put in there, he has no issue with the village board releasing the landscaping and paving bonds that are in place for the project West Main Lofts. Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Opposed? Carried. Approval use of Mizzier Park for the annual Festival of the Arts, Saturday, May 11th, 2024, and Sunday, May 12th, 2024. This is something we get every year.
I have no problem with it, but after the last thing in the park, and I'm sure you got the email from Mr. Ferry also, the only way to solve that problem about the park, garbage pails being full at the end of the thing, would be bring in highway people or Timmy Barry or whatever on overtime and have a bag of garbage to stop the complaint that came in Monday. So I don't know.
It'd probably be cheaper to bring Timmy Barry in.
Right now, the Parks Commission is coming up with like a set of rules and regulations, and I don't know if the board would like me to put some kind of fee in there to cover picking up the garbage, or how.
Well, this event is really not unlike the St. Patrick's Day parade that goes through our village, right?
Yeah, no, but this last one was.
That was the business association. This is just Arts in the Park. This is just Arts in the Park.
Yeah, I know.
Arts in the Park does not sell anything. They don't generate a lot of
Yeah,
litter
they don't generate a lot of
and they've been very good at picking their stuff up.
Okay. So do you want to do this conditional, or do you want to just do it and then?
I'll make a motion that we authorize Art in the Park continue.
Okay.
Is there a
I'll
second?
it. I'm just bringing up during this moment that
Who
there
seconded?
was an issue with the last one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Carried. Accept the resignation of Police Assistant Schuster effective May 17th.
Is there a motion?
I make that motion.
Second.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
I've been working with the village attorney on EPRO. They do audits for energy sources, more specifically, energy sources like solar. And, Attorney Lindars, do you have any comment on that?
This is an issue that we should probably discuss further with the board in executive session with regards to services that they do provide and the employment of this particular organization and aspect.
We should have a board meeting?
There should be, there's issues and concerns that should be discussed in executive session with regards to this proposal.
Do you want to save it to executive session?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do you need a motion for that?
I got a motion?
I make a motion that we move this item to executive session.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Carried. Trustee Ruffin spoke of some local laws at the last meeting, and it was tabled to this, to,
And it's unfortunately going to be tabled to next meeting. Ian, the building inspector, Brian Murphy, Trustee Williams, and Trustee Smith will be meeting tomorrow to discuss, among other things, a traffic study in our zoning and planning enforcement meeting tomorrow here at Village Hall at 2:30. Just so everybody knows, in the last meeting I did state that these were closed meetings, which are, if you like Mr. Cardania stood up, he said he had some issues, he would like to be at the next meeting. We're anticipating he's going to be at our meeting tomorrow. It is a closed meeting, and there are possible legal actions that we're discussing in said meetings. So we invite any member of the community to come and voice their opinions on their particular issue, but unfortunately after that, you'd have to leave the meeting. But we do expect to have more for the board at the end of the month for the workshop meeting regarding the local law.
So we're gonna table the 628.
Yeah.
You're gonna have one more added to your list.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I see that. Yeah, I saw that. Do you want to address that now for the sake of,
We could, because Mr.
Putting with the
Nocer's
local
here
law?
right now. He's
Yeah.
been waiting.
yeah? Mr.
We can jump to him.
Okay, let's jump over to, what page was that?
Page 3.
Page 3. Mr. Nocera, do you want to come up?
My issue was my driveway. I'm having a lot of trouble getting in and out of the driveway because cars are parking too close to the entrance. And most of them, I think, are from the new high-rise on the corner.
Mm-hmm. So we can,
The West Village Lofts Apartments?
yeah, I think it's the overflow that's going over there.
Yeah, gotcha.
So there is a no parking sign from here to the corner on from Church Street to Downey. You might be able to look at to move back a bit.
I was looking at the village law with John Karch on last week, actually, on Tuesday. I think it's only the extension from Church that you can park onto Hillside, right?
Yeah, but
Everything else should be no parking already.
but on Downey Avenue, there's parking on
There is
Downey
parking.
Avenue.
There is parking at that? Oh, okay. All right, so yeah, do you have a position on that?
There is I did go over and look at it, and there is a sign that says no parking from here to corner that you could possibly
Move it back.
move back, but you have to rewrite the local law on it because it has to.
The only thing about that is I think it's really punishing me and probably some of my other neighbors, like one Downey also. Because if sometimes we might want to park our car in front of our house, and so if that resolution is passed, you're actually punishing myself and a neighbor.
All right.
I don't really know what the solution is.
I don't
but-
know. Did anybody have anything, or do you have anything, or?
I talked to Joe the other night about sort of the same idea, that if we move that would give you enough room to get in and out, but beyond that, it gets a little bit more complicated in terms of enforcement and any of the other solutions that I've heard, but,
You can go, there is 2-hour parking, but then if you have a party.
It also punishes you if you want to park a car there overnight.
Right.
Yeah.
Or a family member or something staying with you.
Yeah.
It's kind of, okay. The roads are
I
just
thought it
narrow.
was something like if all the Downey Avenue people had like stickers on their cars, but
Oh,
then it gets too complicated, I guess.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard to enforce. And Village Attorney, any comment? Having stickers for a public road for parking
As a,
as a deterrent?
like a permitted parking,
Mm-hmm. That is done in some places.
It's tough to analyze that right now, not knowing, not knowing the exact condition of the road, how many people are there, how many stickers you're gonna need, how's it gonna be enforced. I mean, there's a lot of issues that would have to be discussed with that. It's not just,
And would that require a traffic study possibly?
potentially, but,
It's just a busy neighborhood through there.
Mm.
If I may, I believe if you open that can of worms, you're gonna now have everybody on their street wanting permit parking on their street.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
I think, if I may, I think that the problem is more of a planning board issue. When we build these buildings, we have to make sure that there's enough parking off-street for these cars, because we're just kind of moving the problem from street to street to street. And we're fixing one problem and creating another one.
Yep.
So
Are you available tomorrow at 2:30 for our meeting,
I believe
as a matter of fact?
yeah.
What time is it, Mike?
Mm-hmm. 2:30 here tomorrow,
2:30?
yeah.
And I could just say, I think too, unfortunately, that building was built under the old code, luckily, the new code would require buildings like that to have more parking than they do. So moving forward, buildings are required to have more parking than in the past, but like I said, unfortunately, that one was put in under the old code.
Yeah, it was like 1.1 parking spots per bedroom. Do you know what the code is now, James?
It should be, I believe it's, one spot per one bedroom, and then in every additional bedroom would be another half of a spot. So, averaged out over the entire building.
So we can go out and, wanna go out and look at it some more and see what for something?
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And other, you know,
Mhm.
I just don't.
Yeah.
At this
Like,
point, if it's
I've walked it.
for
You
a
walked it?
Convenient and a solution that can be expedited quickly,
Right.
I just don't.
Yeah.
Like do not block driveway signs, just to address Joe's issue?
That
He's
could,
got one on his side,
we can maybe try to do something like that. I don't think we need
The
a law.
idea of do not block driveways, I think people think the driveway itself,
Yeah.
not backing out of it.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what
good.
the problem is.
Good point. Okay, so we'll,
Are any of these issues already addressed in the code, and we could be actually issuing citations for these? I don't know, or if there's no signage or no way to enforce it, then it would require us to do a local law, to create something that we could enforce and actually get some
The
compliance.
only way really would
It-
be on the other side, to put no parking at all on that side. But like if you parked in front of your house, and if you were trying to come out, there wouldn't be anybody.
There's only one side parking on that street, on that side of the street.
So I think the commissioner here raises a really good issue. I mean, there seems to be a lot of parking issues everywhere. And if we're going to try to address that particular issue street by street by street, not really comprehensively, it might be better to take a bigger look, maybe more of a.
yeah,
Village-wide.
a more holistic look.
Yeah, because we're gonna run into these problems all the time, and then, you know, these guys could be trying to run our own place and force it, so.
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
Well,
All right, let's do that.
How does that down your end, that it is by Tammy and Michael, with those apartments across the street? I mean, you can't have, like, the cars are parked here, and then if somebody's coming down the street and somebody's coming in the other direction, somebody's gotta pull in a driveway or pull over because
Or
there's
back
no
up.
way
Back up.
3 lanes are gonna be,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Agreed.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll go back to the printed portion of the agenda. We left off local laws. The next, page 2, I'd like to, the treasurer is requesting 2 votes. I'll read each paragraph because it's related to the two, to Adam Street and Elm Street. Motion to increase current budget line number AA 5110-400, maintenance of roads, in the 2024 budget by the amount of $77,000, with earmarked funds from the 2023 budget from account AA 5110-400, maintenance of roads, in the amount of $77,000 to proceed with the Highway Street improvements projects, which include Elm, Clap, and Adams Street, and as described in the DPW superintendent's description below. What this is called is housekeeping. It's moving money from one account to another. That's all it is.
Last year's to this year.
So can I have a motion on that
I'll
move?
make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Carried. Good. The next housekeeping is motion to increase budget line number AA 162046, police buildings, by the amount of $10,390, with earmarked funds from the 2023 budget from the account AA 3120 400 police office supplies miscellaneous. This transfer of funds will finalize the purchase of the police building equipment ordered in May.
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Carried. So, I think we probably need a motion now to move ahead with Area 1 and Area 2, Adam Street. You've read that last month. You're all aware of it?
Mhm.
Let's do it separately. Can we have a motion on Area 1?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Area 2, Elm Street Extension entirely from Clapp Avenue to the end.
Motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Made the motion.
Yeah, Mike and Jeff.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. At the last meeting, Trustee Teleshek talked about cameras at Vets Field. He had 3 proposals at the time, and it was tabled to this meeting.
Yes, we want to put wireless cameras at Vet Field. We have to install Wi-Fi, which would also make a Wi-Fi hotspot, hopefully, at Vet Field, but we don't have the numbers on what it will cost to make it Wi-Fi accessible, so I'd like to table that the next meeting.
Can your guy, Levy, help me with that? Get Wi-Fi to Vets Field? Since he just did a lot of stuff for you at the police station?
Yeah, I can ask if he can work with Verizon, I believe. But I think this was more, we were looking at the camera people with the Wi-Fi, correct?
No, the camera people will put in the cameras, they will run the network at the park, but we need to have Wi-Fi and the building.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, it would be installed by Verizon or Optimum, or
Yeah.
put it in, but yes, he can help you with that.
Thank you. Okay, moving along. Approval to consent to the Village of Wappingers Falls Planning Board as lead agency for the Dutchess Avenue multi-family dwelling project. It's in here, it's in this. This is a procedural thing that we go through when there are projects. And Tom Morris and his team would like to have the village board consent to the Village of Wappingers Falls Planning Board to serve as lead agency on this application.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let me get this right.
Opposed?
Carried. That was Jeff Smith and James Williams. That carried. Thank you. I'll get that over to them tomorrow. We listened to Mr. Nocero.
Yeah.
That's finished. Tom Morris is short now on board member, village board planning board member, and also alternate. So he has written, in light of the loss of the full-time member, I asked the village board to appoint Rachel Lewis from her current role as planning board alternate to full member. This is the mayor's appointment, by the way. As this will leave the planning board without any alternates, I also asked that the village board appoint Hilda Duque as an alternate to the planning board, and he also would like to appoint Rivera Ramos as the second alternate. Mayor, do you want to make those appointments?
Yep.
Do we? Oh, okay. Mayor made those 3 appointments. Can someone motion to accept those 3 appointments?
I'll make the motion to accept those appointments.
And second?
I'll second.
All in
Trustee
favor?
Smith?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Carried. We next have resolution number 3123 of 2023,
Everybody has read these resolutions?
Yes.
authorizing the re-levy of unpaid 2023 water, sewer, and sanitation charges be sent to the county. I need someone to move that.
there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second? It's a roll call vote.
Well, it's all in favor. Any opposed? Carried. The numbers are there for the sanitation, the water, the sewer. Approval of court audit. This is an audit that takes place every year, and it's a requirement that the treasurer go down and audit the court numbers. Resolution number 3223 of 2023, accepting the annual Justice Court Audit Report for fiscal year ending May 31st, 2022.
Everybody's read it?
And I have a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second. Can I get it? Trustee Williams? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We had this on the last agenda. It's a resolution 2623 of 2023 to appoint a position of constable. I've been working with Dutchess County personnel on this as recently as today, so as the police commissioner. I think we provided them with all the information now that they've asked for, so I'm hopeful that this will be on the 28th for approval. Resolution number 2723 of 2023, hire a police assistant, Niznik, part-time. Can I have a motion? Is it going to be moved?
Is there a motion for this resolution? Police assistant?
No, it's not moving.
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Tillishek? Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Trustee Williams?
All in favor?
I'd like to recuse myself from that vote.
I'll do a roll call on this one. Mayor Huber?
Aye.
Trustee Nesnick?
I'd like to recuse myself.
Trustee Smith?
Aye.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Trustee Nicholas? Absent. Trustee Ruffin?
Aye.
Trustee Tillishek?
Aye.
Carried. Resolution 2823, hire police officer Mark Pagan, part-time. Can I have a motion for that?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Trustee Williams, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 2923 of 2023, rehire Sergeant Hippel, part-time.
Sergeant Hempel.
Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Who was that?
Yep.
Trustee Ruffin.
Is there a second? Jennifer.
Ken Nesnick. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 3023 of 2023, hire Police Officer Wilson, part-time.
Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Carried. Hey, we ran out. Okay, we're at the point now where we're going to do the monthly updates by the committee. First committee update would be police. Trustee Ruffin.
On behalf of the police committee, I would invite our commissioner to speak, Paul Italiano.
Mayor, Mr. Carge, Board, thank you for approving those positions just now. Well needed, and that's going to really help me in the department with the scheduling issues that I'm having. We had we're going to have a presentation at the workshop meeting on June 28th for flock cameras. These are traffic cameras. If anybody wants to know anything ahead of time, I can give you a little update on that offline, and then they're going to come and do a presentation. But these are traffic cameras that are going in county-wide, and they assist us in investigations. So we'll do more of an in-depth presentation on that. As far as traffic goes, uniform traffic tickets in the village versus Route 9, I was asked to provide some numbers on that, so we looked into it. In 2021, there was a total of 1,192 summonses written by the department. 717, which is 62.20%, were written in the village. 475, which equates to 39.80%, were written on Route 9. So the majority in 21 were written in the village. 2022, the total was 1,104 tickets. 830, 75.20%, were written in the village, and 274, which equates to 24.80%, were written on Route 9. January 23 to May 31st of 23, 392 summonses were written. 252 in the village, which equates to 64.30%. 140 out on Route 9, which equates to 35.70%. So all 3 years running, the majority of the summonses issued are issued in the village, and as opposed to being out on Route 9.
Yeah, Paul, are school buses in those numbers?
School buses are not in these numbers.
Okay.
The crosswalks during school bus time are, the initiative that we just started this year, but the actual school bus tickets with the cameras from the school bus are not included in these numbers. We're continuing traffic enforcement and monitoring the school buses and the crosswalks for the next week or so until school is out, and then obviously we'll suspend that for the summer and revisit that in September. That's working really well. I think it's really brought safety issue in line.
People are happy up there.
The officer that I have doing that is well worth the money that we're spending to have it done in the mornings because it's really correcting the issue. We continue to enforce stop sign violations and other traffic concerns within the village. At the direction of the mayor, we installed the unit to do the traffic study on West Main Street. If you look, it's in front of the Knights of Columbus. There was a choke point there, so we'll get a count. I'm going to leave it up for 2 weeks so we get a good number, and we'll provide you with that information. That'll give us a count of the cars passing through the village the day of the week, so on and so forth. So we'll have that for you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a way you can put a radar gun on South Avenue that just records the speed so you can see how fast they're coming in, how fast they're racing to the red light?
Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that because we have one on West Main Street, and I'm looking into right now how much it's going to cost to purchase one to put on South Avenue.
That just tells them how fast they go, but does it also record how many were speeding?
We can hook that up and get data off of it, yeah. It'll give us average speeds and things like that.
If you've seen the actual numbers to that during the day, you'd be surprised they can get going that fast.
Well, I can move this other unit to South Avenue when we get done with the study over there. I mean, it's a portable unit, we can move that. But my intent is to get one of those speed signs for South Avenue. That's on my agenda. Yeah, definitely. Community affairs. I spoke in the past that I appointed Officer Denisha Miller to community affairs. She was at Festival of the Falls. I'd like to thank Cindy Latino for inviting us there. And she did the fingerprints for the children, very well received. We gave out coloring books and did that type of thing. I also had officers there for park security. She also did an event for the Grinnell Library recently with the children in the park, which Trustee Dolashak ran into. And
yep, and she did a marvelous job. Police-a-palooza, had kids, parents, everybody had a great time. very good community outreach, wonderful.
Thank you. So, and we have further things coming up, that she's gonna be doing throughout the summer, and including the
Summer
camp down at Vetsfield. So, she has some things on her radar. Partnerships, I've assigned Officer Levy to be the mental health liaison with Dutchess County Department of Mental Health. So we're going to have direct communication there with some of these mental health issues, mental health issues that we have in the village. And I'm trying to attack that really more from a mental health standpoint, using their resources, than from a crime standpoint and arresting people for those issues. So he's going to be the point person on that. We are also a member now of the Hudson Valley Crime Analysis Center, which is over in Goshen, which is a huge asset for us that we were not part of before, but we signed a member agreement, and we are a member of that as well, which is a New York State DCJS initiative, and I can go into more specifics offline, but basically it provides us with intelligence and things for investigation, and we share information back and forth. We had 42 active warrants between May 1st and June 14th. We had 26 arrests. We had 14 warrant arrests, 6 felony arrests, and 20 misdemeanor arrests. We have 22 open cases right now. There's 4 pending arrests. Some of the notable cases that we had were suspects in the Veterans Park arson have been identified. We talked about the flock cameras, which located one of our cars from Home Depot larceny in Poughkeepsie, but that's that presentation I spoke about earlier we're going to go into. Warrant Wednesday's been very successful with all 14 of those warrants, and the arrests have been previously posted on social media. Sergeant Farrell continues to go to the weekly FIG meetings, Field Intelligence Group meetings at the Sheriff's Office. And we have a new tips line for the tips email, I should say, for the police department, which is wfpdtips@wapagersfallsny.gov. We're putting that out on social media. We want to get that out there so people can email tips in. They're not really anonymous because your email is on them, but in the new phone system, we're also putting a tips line in, which can be anonymous. In the water bill, I sent out a letter for the Ring Camera Initiative that's asking people if they would volunteer to give us the location of their Ring cameras on their houses so that we could use those to assist in investigations. Thursday, June 23rd, 2003 at 7 o'clock here in this building is the Meet the Commissioner night. I just want to remind everybody of that so the public can come and meet and ask me questions. The locker room has been completed. John Carge came down and approved the work, and it's now in the cleaning stages. I don't know how the board feels about this. I've been asked to give you numbers for different crimes. Is that something that you want to hear from me on a regular basis? Is there a report that, other than what I'm doing, that you want me to give you? Is it something that you want me to prepare and give you in paper form so I don't have to stand up here and read everything out? I want some feedback from the board.
You can give it in paper form, and we can attach it to the agenda like we used to do.
Yeah, what we did in the past, Commissioner, was the previous commissioners would have a standard Excel form, and every month they would put the numbers in for the different categories.
Sure.
They would email it to me, I'd copy and paste it into the agenda.
Okay.
And then I would read it.
Okay. We can do it that way. That's all I have. I will get with you, and you can tell me what topics you need on that form, and I'll make sure that you have.
I'll send you a copy of what we received in the past.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Finance, Trustee Niznik.
Nothing new at this time, just the girls are working real hard upstairs. Lisa's, just want to mention Lisa, she's been a great addition, working out very well, so.
Highway, Trustee Smith.
Everything's running smooth. Anything that any trustee sees in their ward that could be an easy couple-hour job, let me know. I'll let Highway know. They're staying very busy. Try to get anything you need before they start doing the concrete sidewalks, then they'll be tied up. That's it.
Trustee Nickness is not here for the fire. You have anything, Mayor?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Lake, trustee Ned, tell us that.
Nothing for Lake.
The only safety issue I had was the amphitheater, and that'll be addressed this week. And our next formal meeting will be on June 26th here at the hall. Recreation.
We are getting ready for both summer camp and the village concerts. Hope everyone comes out for the concerts. And that's all I've got for recreation at this time.
Anything on water?
We are, in the process of fixing a water line that's been leaking for some time now. It's on Mizzier and Prospect, so there's some construction going on, as you see, for 5 individual houses. So that's the big project we got going on. We're getting ready for Hungerford and Terry to give us designs for new green sand filters, so that'll be coming up shortly. And that's about it.
Trustee Nesnek, personnel.
Nothing on personnel.
Anything on sewer?
Only that the bids are going out for the sludge and digester repairs, so, that work will be starting probably by midsummer.
Mayor, did you want to open it up to public?
Yes, but I wanna do one thing, because I forgot to do it on last Thursday, is I want to I'd like the board's permission from John Cards to put in the Southern Dutchess News for a part-time assistant for the zoning office. We got a lot of complaints and stuff going on. The grass is too high up on West Main Street. There's trees that are overgrown and you can't see when you're pulling out of some streets. So I want to get a guy in that office to help Brian. This has been going on we talked about it for a couple of years now, nothing's been done. So if we can find somebody, and if I can have the board's permission, have John Cards.
Well, I can do that, but I'm not quite sure if it's competitive or not at the moment. I'd have to check that. If it's competitive, then I gotta get a list. If it's not competitive, we can advertise for it. I just don't know off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of the other folks that were in there before.
It's a part-time position?
Part-time
Yeah.
position.
Probably not.
Well, some are and some aren't.
We just need to make sure that we actually have the opening and the description available.
I have all that.
But I think if you would like to make a motion to...
Contingent upon?
Yeah, confirm with Labor Council that the position is created, it's available, and that we can go out.
Okay, so the motion should be, if it's not competitive, advertise it in the local paper. If it is competitive, follow civil service rules.
Yep.
Perfect.
Please.
May I make that motion?
Who was that?
Trustee Ruffin. So second, Trustee Williams.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, board.
Carried. Opposed? Carried. Okay, anything from the public? Easy.
Hello, board.
And your name?
I'm Jackie Muller. I'm the president of the Business Association, and we found the planters, thanks to John, and we'd like to be able to put them out on the sidewalks like they were before the pandemic. They had been decorated and put up to beautify Main Street.
We had about 10 or 12 planters. You mean the big ones?
There's only 6 left.
6 left.
Well, I know where the other 4 are,
Oh.
and business people have them
Okay.
on their own. Did you want to do more than those 6?
So we have the 6. We only have 6.
Do you want to do more than 6?
I could see. Yeah, we just we'll see how many people will bid on.
I did this program. That's why I'm so
Okay.
familiar with it. Sunny Gardens.
Yeah.
He probably missed the window for putting all of those bulbs in there. I don't know, but are you going to coordinate that with
They
Sunny?
were already over there with him.
The 6 are there now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rose brought them down.
Highway did?
No, Rose. We had them, and then Rose put them in her car and took them down there.
Those are big planters.
Yeah.
Okay. And they came,
They're empty. They were empty, so that's why they were.
well, they were at the boathouse, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, do you want to do more than the 6?
Yeah, we can see what.
They're $100 a piece. I mean, it's up to you, your organization.
Oh, to purchase more of them?
Yeah.
Well, we have 6, so we want to see how many businesses, we're doing it on a adopt a pot kind of thing. So we have at least 4 of them already claimed, so there's 2 still remaining.
Oh, they went fast. When I did the 10, I didn't even get to the end of West Main Street, top of the hill. They went quick.
So I could see if we can get more people.
Well, I'll leave it up to you. I just wanted to give you that information. I gave them Miracle Grow. I gave them instructions on how to water them and all of that.
Okay.
Good. So can we have, those planters belong to the village.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Motion?
do we have a motion to allow the Businessmen's Association to put?
I will make a motion to let the Wappingers Falls Business and Professional Association place planters along the main business district in the village.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
And Mr. Mayor, if I may?
Yes.
I'd also like to give kudos to the Wappingers Falls Business and Professional Association because the Festival in the Falls was a wonderful event this past weekend.
It was a good time.
Okay.
If that's it for the public session, you want to have a motion to go into exec?
I got a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
Ruffin? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.